Have you ever scanned a QR code and wondered if it was safe? Well, in this video, we'll uncover the rising threat of quishing and how it's tricking people worldwide. We're going to answer these burning questions. How can innocent-looking QR codes become dangerous? What happens if I scan a malicious QR code? And why do hackers use QR codes for attacks? While you may already know about traditional phishing scams, quishing takes it to a whole new level by incorporating real-world techniques and sophisticated online tactics. We'll not only teach you how to spot these threats, but also what companies are doing to protect us. So what exactly is quishing? Well, imagine receiving an email from your bank, complete with their logo and a QR code. This scenario is becoming all too common as quishing tactics evolve. Scammers send a QR code disguised as an authentic communication. You scan it, thinking you're verifying your account, but instead, you're handing over your personal information to criminals. We now scan QR codes without thinking twice, just like we used to swipe credit cards. Restaurants, shops, and even doctors' offices trained us to trust these black and white squares. This everyday use has made us drop our guard and making us perfect targets for scammers. The pandemic normalized QR code usage to the point where people can scan them without a second thought. This is exactly what scammers were waiting for. They know we've gotten so comfortable with QR codes that we don't stop to ask, should I really scan this? It's like leaving your front door unlocked because you live in a safe neighborhood. It feels fine until you come home and all of your valuables are gone, and they even ate the last piece of chocolate cake in the fridge. Quishing uses QR codes to bypass traditional phishing defenses, tricking you into visiting malicious sites and compromising your data. Even cybersecurity experts can't visually distinguish between safe and dangerous QR codes without scanning them first. The black and white patterns used in legitimate and malicious QR codes follow exactly the same technical standards. This perfect mimicry means traditional spot the fake security advice doesn't work with QR codes. The moment your phone camera reads a malicious QR code, it can automatically trigger downloads, redirect to fake payment pages, or install tracking software. These attacks can happen in milliseconds, faster than you can close your browser or your camera app. The malware often runs silently in the background, collecting your data or assessing your accounts without showing any obvious signs of infection. The encoded URL in a QR code can be several layers deep, making it impossible to review the final destination. These codes can contain redirect chains that pass through multiple websites before reaching the malicious endpoint. Even QR code scanner apps that claim to preview URLs can be fooled by sophisticated redirect techniques. So let's talk about the real-world impact. Did you know these scams have leapt from your email box to the parking lot? Well, earlier this year, parking meters were hacked, with fake QR codes stuck on them. Unsuspecting victims scanned them, thinking they were paying for parking, but their credit card information was stolen instead. These criminals study real businesses and copy their exact QR code style, like making fake restaurant menu codes that look just like the real ones. They're targeting places where we naturally expect and trust QR codes. Think payment stations at parking lots, store checkout counters, and even doctor's office check-ins. The fake codes often look more professional than real ones, using better printing and official-looking designs to gain trust. Without people reporting these scams, other potential victims have no way of knowing about the danger in their area. One fake QR code at a busy parking meter could be scanned hundreds of times before anyone notices something's wrong. By the time strange charges show up on bank statements, the scammer has already weeks to use or sell the stolen information. Since most cities don't have regular QR code inspections, these fakes can stay active for months, like a hidden trap that never gets discovered. Each passing day means more victims, as people trust the code more because everyone else is using it. When we're in a hurry to get back to work from lunch, we're more likely to just quickly scan without checking if the code is real. Busy shopping times create pressure to move quickly, making us less likely to question whether something looks suspicious. Scammers specifically target these rush periods because they know people are distracted and more likely to make quick, careless decisions. Victims lose money twice. First to the scammer who stole their card info, then to the real parking authority who tickets them for non-payment. The stolen credit card information often gets sold multiple times on the dark web, leading to multiple fraudulent charges over time. Fixing these problems takes twice the effort. Dealing with both credit card fraud and fighting parking tickets requires a lot of time and paperwork. These real-world attacks highlight how quishing is not only a digital threat, but also a physical one, affecting our everyday lives. So how do we protect ourselves? How can you defend against something you can't see? Well, prevention starts with awareness. Just like phishing, quishing preys on urgency and fear. Always scrutinize the source of QR codes and use secure apps to scan them. Think of QR codes like strangers offering candy. Just because they look friendly doesn't mean they're safe. Just like we teach kids to be careful with strangers, we need to learn new habits about scanning QR codes. The best defense is knowing that not every QR code is your friend, even if it's in a place you trust. Scammers love to make you feel rushed, like there's a great deal you'll miss or a problem you need to fix right away. They might say things like, "Scan now for a 90% discount," or "Your parking meter is about to expire." When you're scared or excited, we make quick decisions without thinking, and that's exactly what these criminals want. Just like you wouldn't use a sketchy ATM to get cash, don't use just any QR scanner app on your phone. Good scanner apps can warn you about dangerous websites before you visit them, like having a security guard check visitors before they enter a building. Before scanning any code, ask yourself, would this business really need a QR code here? And does this look like their usual way of doing things? We'll provide you with a list of reliable apps and detailed tips to ensure you're one step ahead of these scams. So what if I told you there's a way to turn the table on these scammers? Imagine having a security system that watches how criminals try to break in and then patches up those weak spots automatically. It's like having a house that repairs its own broken windows and adds extra locks when needed. Every time a scammer tries something new, the AI learns that trick and makes sure it won't work next time. Companies are now developing AI-driven security solutions that learn and adapt, making it harder for scammers to infiltrate your data. By downloading these tools, you're not just defending yourself, but you're actively fighting back. Instead of just putting up walls and hoping for the best, these tools actively hunt for trouble. It's like having a security guard who doesn't watch the door but patrols the whole building, checking every corner and suspicious movement. When something doesn't look right, the AI can take action immediately, blocking access, alerting security teams, or shutting down compromised systems before any damage is done. These tools don't just block attacks, they gather information about how scammers operate. It's not just stopping the burglary, but learning their methods so you can prevent future break-ins. The more people use these AI security tools, the harder it becomes for scammers to succeed because their tricks get recognized and blocked faster. The world of cyber threats is constantly evolving, but so are our defenses. Quishing might be the latest trick in the scammer's toolkit, but by staying informed and prepared, you can protect yourself and your information. Remember, the best defense is a good offense. Stay vigilant, use secure technologies, and you'll be ready for whatever cyber threats come your way. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing to our channel for more tips on staying safe online.